I got the normal crew on tonight. We got Vonda at the top. We got Denise at the
Mhm.
bottom. Got Big Bank at the bottom next to Denise. At the top, we got somebody called Kisa. We don't really know who she is. But anyway, Kisa's my daughter, my oldest child, and she had her premiere show today called Keeping It Cute with Kisa. So, Kisa, how was your first show to you guys?
I think it went amazing. I had my crew from Austin P that, when I went to college is where I grew up and learned who I was. So I had my crew on there and we just chit chat, had some girl talk, and I think it went well.
That's amazing. Everybody on the show always got a Austin P connection,
Yeah.
huh?
That's right. Yeah,
Yep.
go
Mm.
P.
Got that
Yep.
Go
Austin P.
P.
So
Everybody be there for
Denise and
homecoming. It's
Vonda,
gonna be
I'll
amazing.
get to introduce you to them at homecoming.
Yes.
What about
Can't wait.
Henry? Henry gonna be there?
What?
I don't know about Mr. Henry now.
Wait a minute. What does that mean? I'm feeling some kind of way now.
I don't know. I be hearing how he be talking to Miss Vonda. I don't know.
You
Yeah.
ain't heard nothing.
What you
Yes,
call Denise?
you heard right, Keisha. You heard right.
Henry ain't bad. I can vouch for
No.
Henry. Henry ain't bad.
No.
That's my
He
frat
ain't
brother.
bad.
Don't mess with my frat.
I know.
Even worse. Anyway, now that we got that out the way, you gonna tell us about your show and your girlfriends, or we just gonna go straight into the mayhem in Montgomery? Do you want to talk about your girlfriends anymore? Tell them what
Oh
time
no,
your show. Your show's gonna
yes.
be on at
Yeah,
your show
so
comes
the
on what?
show is Keeping It Cute with Kisa, where we talk about all topics. No topic is going to be off limits, but we keep it cute at the same time. My friends that I had on the show, super accomplished. I'm super proud of them. We, I think, defy the stereotype that Black women don't get along because we have an amazing friendship, a sisterhood. One is a Delta, my sorority sister, my mentor, that's AKA Shonda's on there, and my best friend for over 20 some years. So we're just on there just laughing and having a good time, but talking about some good topics.
Okay. All right, you guys. Denise, Vonda, Henry, Keisha, y'all ready to talk about the mayhem? Hey, Laura, how you
Yeah.
doing today? I guess Facebook got us on. That shows a good thing. Thanks for coming on, Laura. We see we on. I'm gonna go to TAN TV real quick to see if we're on. I don't see it yet, but we'll keep looking. Anyway, what y'all got to think about that the dock vote down there in Montgomery? What do y'all think about that?
I'm gonna let the ladies go first. I'm a complete gentleman coming off of keeping it cute with Keisha. So I'm gonna be the ultimate gentleman tonight.
If I didn't call for you, don't come.
Right.
If I don't call for you, don't come.
Don't come. You ain't gonna
When the
holler, come help me, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, come help me. If they don't call for you, don't come.
Okay. Did
It was very
everybody?
entertaining.
Did you hear the lady that was doing the commentating on it? The one from the
Yes,
boat talking about he jumped in the water. So all
she was
say here
on it.
comes the bros.
She was on it. She
It
was
was
on
good.
it.
She
Yeah.
was on it. She was
Yeah.
on
Look,
it.
I loved it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. I loved it.
Yeah, that's
I
right. She
loved
was
it
on
so much. I watched it over and over and over again.
it. Because
Well,
every
somebody
time
put
you saw something different.
yeah,
Mhm.
it is always different. Somebody put on there that this ain't the 1956. This ain't 1956 anymore. So, but my question to y'all: what's up with all these chairs with shoes, hats,
God,
people coming out their house wearing the chair? What's up with that? Is that the new thing?
earrings and everything. They got earrings and necklaces and all of it.
Did y'all see
Making
the
money.
meme with Dr. King and the chair? I sent that to y'all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that. Was oh, Facebook is. I don't know. I haven't been to
Yeah.
Instagram, but Facebook is full of them. It's
They got it
full
going.
of them.
Yeah.
It is full. It's crazy. You know, we was talking about it at me and Henry was talking about it at Bible study. We talked a little bit at our production meeting, but I don't see how it kicked off because the guy who kicked it off was talking to the guy first, really nice and calm. Then when he started talking to his buddy and he put his arm around his buddy, he just bum rushed him, and the rest is history. It was on. So I don't get it. But did y'all notice during that whole the first brawl, the kid with the striped with the little vest on, y'all notice him get punched and beat up? Well, his mom came on and on CNN the other day and said that it was racially motivated. She said, and I want everybody to know that if you haven't seen the video, she's a European American, and she said that it was racially motivated. That the one guy she mentioned him, but I forgot who he was, did say racial slurs. So with that being said, it might not be just a misdemeanor; it might be a hate crime. And
Well, I
that's what
think
that's
they
a
have. I think that they have denounced that, stating that it's not a hate crime. But if they had racial uh, undertones, then I think it definitely should go that far, man. It's just like I said on our Bible study that night. Uh, at all the PWI colleges, predominantly white institutions, they are preventing the black graduates from throwing their cap and gown in the air.
No, they ain't. No, they ain't. You just like,
Henry,
hey, Henry, you missed it. They be sitting in them same type of fold up chairs too, so they.
That's what I'm saying.
Right there, you're right.
Well,
Henry, that was a good one, Henry. I'll give you that one.
other than the fact that it was really uncalled for, the guy was just doing his job. I hope it's not categorized as a hate crime, because I would hate to see something stupid like that turn into a hate crime. And if it is, hopefully it's just the one person that said it, not the other people that were involved. I don't think nobody should get
but Terry, but on the real, but Terry, it seems like every time Donald Trump goes in and has some kind of announcement or something, everybody, a lot of the European Americans start feeling the oats in some kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Trump is behind all that. I'm not saying that. But it seems like it is mighty funny that there's a situation every time Trump comes into a city, something pops off.
He has a lot of
did y'all hear about the cat that got killed? The guy that got killed. The FBI went. He had one of the Trump followers, since y'all brought Trump up. Then we'll go into the funny stuff. Brought up that he was going to kill the president in Idaho or someplace like that, and he stood off with the FBI and they capped him. They killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So Donald Trump. I'm not going to. I have to say this again if I didn't say it before. I thought when Donald Trump first ran, I thought, even though I didn't vote for him, I voted for Hillary. I thought that he would, when he became president, he would get some of that business savvy and turn America around financially. Unfortunately, he did turn America around, but if you look at what's been happening down in y'all neck of the woods, Florida's, we're trying to get the African American history changed, talking about blacks. DeSantis is saying blacks benefited from being in slavery. I hope he could just go back and get raped and beat and slaved, and his children taken the same things, being raped. I would hate to see how he would feel by saying that somebody learned from that. But let's get on the good things and give our viewers something to laugh about. So what about sex over 50? Keisha, you can hang out. You can tell me what I ain't supposed to do.
Oh, I am, but I know you ain't having sex, Daddy. We just gonna hear back from Henry, Vonda, and Denise. We just gonna
you ain't gonna hear back from me.
I'm probably on the Kappa ain't having sex.
No. What's that? What's that?
I'm like Richard Pryor. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Richard Pryor said it. That ones that get, I want to be in that line, not the line that got hit by the bus. I'm gonna be in the line of dying while having sex. That's the line I want to be in.
Right.
So yeah, Lord, we're about to get it kicking and talking about sex. So what you want to know, we'll tell you.
Wait, Terry, explain that is it a line of guys and one woman, or
No, my.
What are we talking about here?
He's talking about a lot of guys and one woman. If you're in line before you die, what something?
I don't think we need help, Henry. I don't, because you're over
okay?
50, you don't need help. You can handle it by yourself, I hope.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
what are y'all thinking about sex?
Get up, Keisha.
What you say? What y'all say?
You trying to take a train?
Hello, choo choo.
What? I thought he was talking about maybe 10 women to every one man. I don't know. I was way off with that one. Explain yourself, Henry, please.
I'm old. I don't even remember what I said. What was I talking
You know
about?
what Denise calls him? What you call him, Denise? Say it for us. Say it for us, Denise. What you call him?
Big Daddy, you know what you're talking about.
So you know what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, he said one woman in line. They said something about two men being in line and one woman. They was talking about running a train or something.
You know what?
No,
I don't know nothing about no train other than I worked on it for the railroad.
Good
But anyway,
yeah.
So the word on the internet is over 50, you have sex once a month. Now I don't know who they was asking. Maybe I didn't read it right, but I looked at my notes and it did say one time a month. Maybe it was a week. Anyway, once a week or once a month is once not enough. So
No. Mm-mm.
you know, I think people.
That's
Go
a
ahead,
typo. That must have been a
gotta be a
typo. I don't see that.
Sex get better when you get older, women.
I think that is true. Y'all don't think that, Vonda and Denise? I think that as you get older, sex is better because you know what you like.
That's right. So it should be more than once a week or once a month.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. I figure at the least, Henry help me, at the least twice a week. And then maybe once on the weekend.
That sounds the norm.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's just what I think. I don't know, you know.
I would agree with that, Terry. I would agree with that. I think that's well within reason over 50. You know, so I'm good with that.
So let's just get straight to the point. No bars, no nothing. Let's straight to the point. Oral sex. Do women over 50 still perform oral sex? Not you ladies, just your opinion of other ladies.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do too.
I mean, what would be the reason they would not? Why wouldn't they?
I mean, you know, sometimes when you get a little bit, she said, y'all see what Laura said, no kids around, no crazy words.
I've seen a lot of women over 50.
I went to high school with her. She just bad. But it is true. I mean, I don't think there's no problem doing it. I mean, if you could do it morning, noon, and night, that'd be great. I'm just honest. Oral sex, whatever. I mean, tomorrow ain't promised. You better get in while you can. It ain't like you 43 or 45. Oh, go ahead, Keith. What you talking about?
And like Keisha said, sex gets better with women when they're older.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sex is part of sex. So why would that stop as you get older?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes it depends. Go ahead, Vonda. I'm sorry. You would know.
No, it depends on a lot, just in general.
Okay.
It depends on a lot with the woman's hormones, what they're going through in their bodies. Yeah, okay. Sometimes they experience like dryness or things like that, just being, you know, not up. And it could be painful. It could be not enjoyable. And so those are some of the reasons why, you know, it might be a little not as important because of those things.
And that's where I was saying Oral sex should
Well,
come in.
that's
You go
where he
down
was
there.
talking about. That's where oral sex may come in more.
Yeah, you get a little lubrication down there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Got to make
Right.
your woman happy.
So are you
Yeah.
saying that
Don't
the
be
drive
selfish.
goes down after 50?
I don't think so. I
It just
mean, I
depends
can
on
only.
the
I don't
woman.
think
It just
so.
depends on the
The
woman.
Yeah,
woman.
It depends on the individual, I
yeah.
guess.
I mean, you go through menopause, and
Yeah, right.
men
So
go
should
through
I be
midlife
seeing a
crisis. They
doctor
go out and buy
now?
toys.
You may not have that
Do
Should
what,
I
problem.
Keisha?
see a doctor now?
Mhm. Oh, you may not have that
Yeah,
problem,
right.
Keisha. I don't think you have that
You
problem.
know, this is the first.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting back
Not
in
saying I
awe,
have
right?
that problem.
I'm
I'm just
I'm
saying.
just sitting
Okay.
back in awe right now.
I don't have that problem. So I'm just
I'm just
saying.
sitting
I
back in
do.
So you feel
I'm
good.
just sitting back in awe right now because this is the first time I've ever been around black women. 100% of them said that they perform oral sex. Okay, so but
Lord
I'm gonna
said
tell
just
you
use
now.
coconut oil
You
on
know
But
what?
check,
That goes back to a myth. That's a myth, right? That's a myth.
Mhm.
That goes back way back to a myth. They always said that, oh, black women don't do
Mhm.
that.
Mhm,
They don't do
mhm,
that. I heard that coming up all the time when I was coming up
mhm.
younger. They don't live. Black women don't do that. Black women don't do that.
Terry,
Yeah.
did
And
you
I
notice what
heard that's why. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Terry? Did you notice what Denise said? She said
It's a,
black women don't do that. Black women don't do that. Black women don't do that.
that's what
Don't come to the thief.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it,
Well,
Henry. Stop it.
I mean,
Don't come for me. That's right. That's right, Keisha. Don't
I
come.
swim for you. I swim
don't
for
come.
you.
Is that like right away? Last 15 minutes, or what was you talking about? Not coming.
I don't come for me if I didn't ask you. Don't do it.
But Terry, on the real here, sir. Sex over 50 is just like a card game. If you got a good hand, you don't need a partner.
Hold on a second. For anybody coming
Oh
in, hold on a
God.
second. Thanks for tuning in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where you have a local feel with a global reach. You catch that, Lakeisha? Want me to say it again? Thanks for tuning in to TAAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You watching Out of Bounds with T-Rex. I'm gonna say Henry, and then we're gonna say the other three because the other three like on Poe Henry. They just ride, and not that way because one of my daughter. anyway, I mean, I've been doing my research, and I know if you go to an old folks' home, they have a lot of sex in an old folks' home, but they also having transmittable diseases. So I think they should start
Mhm.
giving condoms out in old folks' home. I mean, ain't nobody getting pregnant anyway, and
But they be sleeping in them rooms and stuff.
hey, so I think they be
How
doing
you
that, but
know, Denise?
Because I used to work over there. I used to work over in our old folks'
Okay.
home.
mhm, they be creeping. That's the
They
highest.
be creeping.
They got the highest rate of STDs. Period. It's
Oh
old
wow.
folks. Yes, your grandma and them ain't that bad.
Oh my
Pretty
goodness.
soon, well, we are
Grandmother's
grandparents
gone
now.
on good because I don't have to think about that anymore. Both of my grandmothers.
Well, most of us don't hear our grandparents, and so they don't want to think about it. I'm sure Keisha's eyes about to bust out her head, but yeah, I
No,
think it's
I
still
think
happening.
talking about sex is very healthy. Number one, I
It is
think
healthy,
doing sex is healthy. You burn calories by having sex.
Yep.
and you release a
So
lot of stress.
you release stress. I think it helps the relationship. Women, I think when it comes to sex, is that we do sex based on our feelings. So if we are in a bad mood, we not in a mood. So
That's right.
I think it's good to have a conversation about sex. It's a little weird having it with my daddy, but it's
I'm a punch
it's good to have the conversation.
You know what? You know why she talked to me like that? Because she never got a spanking as a kid.
I didn't
Never
need
got.
one. I've always been a good child. Always.
That's right.
Now that's
Why
the
you gonna
problem.
think if you've been a good
Hold on,
child?
hold on a second. Did y'all see that?
I've always been
Yes.
a good child, and I didn't have kids until I was in my 30s, which means I didn't
Well,
have sex till I was in my 30s.
mm.
Okay then.
Okay.
But
Okay.
look,
Oh,
I'm not gonna say anything bad because that's my child. But she did go to Austin P, like the rest of y'all. Yeah.
hey, what's that mean?
And
Y'all
we're
was
all
lived in them.
amazing people.
You're
Right.
right. What you trying to
What
say?
I'm trying to say, I'll say, men was in the dorms. Henry was one of them.
What's that got to do with
Hornet Hall, Harvard Hall, all of them.
I didn't
Kimbrough
stay over
Hall.
there. I didn't
Somebody I
stay
know
over
was
there.
conceived in Kimbrough
Cross
Hall.
Hall.
I was in Blood Hall.
Right.
That was the
I
nice
was in. Was
dorm.
it severe? Is that what was
Severe.
it?
Here.
That's across from
That's
Blood.
what I was in. I
Yeah,
was in an all girls dorm.
Yeah.
We
that's
also
right. I
hung
was
out
in
in the
Blood Hall.
all
That was a
girls
good.
school.
Yeah, they was
Blood
all girls
Hall.
dorms
Right.
as long as the street lights was off. When the street lights came on,
So my room I had a private room, but it was on the first floor and it had a window where I would sneak them in the window. So
see, I
There you
already knew
go.
that story. I already knew that story. Her
Mhm.
cousin Tasha told me that story.
Now see,
that's not because you haven't had a code and you would have to go down there and
Yeah.
get them.
that's
Just come and
right.
knock on the window. So Tasha knew because I wouldn't go to the door. She just come through the window
So
like
Keisha,
everybody else.
Keisha, did you go to Austin P late? Did you start late your career at Austin P?
No, I went to Austin. What you mean, Mister? What you mean, Henry? What
Yeah,
you
that's
mean?
a
Did that go
that's
over
a
my
good.
head?
Well,
Did
because
that go over my head?
you said something about 30 years old, you know.
Oh no! So we were studying. We were studying. That's why I'm so
Okay,
smart.
back to people our age. All I'm saying is that sex is healing. It's really healing. I think sex is at over 50. I know it's a lot of turnoffs on both sides. Sometimes you have fussing and cussing and all that stuff going on. But on a serious note, I think it's healthy. It makes the marriage exciting and it connects. I want to say what's up to my best friend and COO of the station. What's up, Vance? I see you watching, and I think it's important to have sex. I think it's for both sides. Well, Laura says over 50. Laura, you can add a couple more. I'm thinking if I make it to 80 or 90, somebody gonna be in trouble at least once a month. Because they make
Hey,
them pills.
My grandmother was 103 when she passed, and I said, "Granny, what is the secret of life? What is the secret of life?" She said, "Eat you a piece of cheese, drink you a glass of wine, and every once in a while, get you some relations." And I said, "Granny, I do all of that." She said, "You do too damn much."
I think that people that over 50, and this goes for the ones that's about to be 50 in a couple of years. I think if you don't have a decent sex drive as you're in your 40s, yeah, Lakeisha, I'll see you turn on your show. If you don't have a decent sex drive now, then you probably need to go see a doctor because sex over 50, it gets better. Just like somebody,
Yes.
I think it was either Henry, no, it was either Denise or Vonda said that you know what you're doing. I mean,
That was your child that said
and I
that.
tell you
That
one
was
thing.
me.
Okay, Keisha, I'm sorry, Keisha said that. But I think that, I'm in that age group, you pretty know what you want and you pretty know how to say to the person you're having sex what you like. Matter of fact, I think that's part of the conversation that you're having when you start making a date with a person over 50.
Right.
You start talking about what you do for sex. So, I mean, it ain't like when we was the kids, you walk in there and like have sex. 9 times out of 10, over 50, for sure over 60, you go on a date, something gonna happen. Something gonna happen. That's not me. I'm an
I don't
angel.
know,
I
Terry.
wouldn't do nothing like that.
You said
No,
over.
no. Wait a minute. What you talking about?
I
What you
don't
talking
know,
about?
Terry. I think that true. It over 50, it's more to it than when I was in my 20s. I mean, it's the conversation is there. You got to have the conversation, man. Because you got to
Right.
stimulate me mentally You know, you got to talk. I mean, come in and you cook dinner. The house is clean, and I'm doing my part with the outdoor part of the house. I think all of that plays a part in the whole relationship of that, man. So now when I was 19, 18, 20, 21, man, it's just, I want to get to the good part. You know what I'm saying?
Wind blowing. When the wind was blowing, you was ready, huh?
Boom. Wake up. You know the song, "Wake Up Everybody, no more sleeping in bed."
All I can say,
I think that
ladies, and I hope y'all all agree, because I know Henry will. And Keisha, you can imagine it, but it's amazing over 50. It really is, because like everybody said,
Terry. Keisha ain't
and
imagining nothing.
everybody's experiencing what they doing.
If she's sneaking people through the window, Keisha ain't imagining nothing. Go ahead.
Don't ruin my image now. That's my child.
I've had to sit here and listen to you talk about it's got to be 2-3 weeks, days a week.
But what about the women or men that aren't really that active at our age? I mean,
well, you know what? That's a good question.
Because if we're not dating, like me, I'm not dating, and but it doesn't bother me not to have sex. I don't have a lot of urges or anything like that, because I'm not in a relationship, and so I guess that's not at the forefront of my mind. And so,
well, I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on the show knows I have some type of ailments when I pass out, so I'm more worried about my health than the sex.
Mm-hmm.
But now, Vonda, I'm gonna tell you now, if the opportunity comes, I'm in there. I'm in there. But all I can say, that is true. When you got medical problems, you got women go through, the things that they go through. Men go through stuff too, I can say men go through the change of life.
I just think that I think men need to impress older women.
Yes, I agree.
Impress an older woman. I'm impressed.
I'm just saying, men, period, need to impress older women. They need to men need to take care of themselves, and older women like nice dressed men. When you get older, you notice different things than when you were younger. Don't be nervous around, just different things like that. You're not nervous. And
I got something for you.
What'd you think?
You said don't be nervous and all this, but you're 55, 50 and above. What's to be nervous about when you with another one, whether you with a woman or you with a man?
That's what I'm saying.
You shouldn't be nervous. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be nervous. But you'd be surprised how many some women or men that are still nervous at that age about doing things like that.
So should it be part of the conversation? That's a good question. I mean, you maybe not the first date, Vonda. I understand, but maybe the second and third date, you should. If you're not gonna do it, should it still be a conversation about sex? Because let's be for real, you're not dating because you want to get married. You're dating because you're physically attracted. Now, if it turns into more later, that's fine. But if it doesn't, then hey.
It depends on how well I like you to have that conversation or not.
Oh, wow. Fonda must be like 49 and a half. She ain't 50 yet.
No. Yeah, right. You know how old I am.
But, well, yeah. Laura says she's with you, Vonda. I just think that, being a man over 50, I think it's unfair. But now they, at first we only want to have a pill. Now they're coming out with pill for the ladies. What do y'all think about that?
And can I interject? Not about the pill right now, but there are a lot of older men our age, that are in our age range. Like medication has a lot to do with the sex life.
Yeah.
And then
that goes back to nerves.
Right. And then some get intimidated or they kind of shy away from it because of what the medication may have done to them or prohibited them from doing as far as sexual wise.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not always, you know, not always the
Well,
woman. A lot of times it's me, and that's unfortunate. But it it's a it's a
it
fact.
is. Like Laura
True.
said, poor health is a problem. That's
Yeah.
why I think shows like this and shows that like Keisha's new show, they should address that to young people so that they can prepare for it. Because
Mhm.
you gotta be in some kind of shape. Now it's not everybody's fault they got a medical condition,
Right.
you know, and their medication does that. But letting yourself go as a man, I could say, will slow your sex drive down, especially if you're any other thing other than the nuke. It might hurt you, but if you a nuke, it don't hurt you at all. I'm just saying.
Did you hear
And,
that?
and
That is the
Oh, let me
caveat.
catch
That is
myself
the
real quick.
caveat. The new.
Whoa, whoa. That was
Yeah.
blindsided. I blindsided on that one. Oh boy.
Terry, did you hear did you hear Vonda and see Vonda, Terry? She said, "Yeah, you're right. You're exactly
No,
right.
I
You're right."
said there's the caveat right there dealing with the news. You need to stop
She was
doing that.
blindsided
she was
Right.
too
blindsided too.
with
I
that
was smacking
And
remark.
you know
upside
what?
the head.
I don't want y'all bad talking Kappas because my daughter's dating one.
Let me take that back, Ed.
I've dated
Let
some
me
too,
take that back.
Keisha. I've dated some too,
I
okay?
Oh,
don't think I ever dated a Kappa. I don't think I ever dated a Kappa. No, I don't
Things
think so.
things may
They
change
have
your way
me.
one day. You will be blessed.
Really?
She's been around me, remember?
That is true. I think Denise is the guru. She knows it all. She just ain't telling us.
She
She know
knows
everything. She
she
do.
is
I
she
mean,
is a
at
Kappa.
homecomings,
She's a
let's
Kappa
just be for real.
queen.
She's the queen.
She's a Kappa
Kappa
queen.
Queen.
Not just with the captain. She know it.
Mm,
I mean, I'm not saying she's out there. I don't want to say that because that's what I was going to
no,
say.
no,
Oh no,
no.
I'm
And
not.
what I'm saying is, in her group of friends, that's one thing. First of all, let's get it straight. Men lie 90% of the time with their group of friends about their sex life. 90% of the
Oh,
time. But women,
Yeah.
y'all are very detailish, especially older women. And the bad thing about dating an older woman and then you date another older woman in her social structure, her group of friends or close to that, it's hard for a brother. Because Lord, if you have a bad day, everybody know you had a bad day. So as an older man, I don't worry about it. If I have a bad day. Hell, I don't care. If it, like Richard Pryor say, 15 seconds or 15 strokes, whichever comes first. I'm happy
right.
with that.
Well, it goes back to older women don't have no time to be playing no games. They can't tolerate it. They don't have the
right.
patience, and they ain't trying to be chasing nobody.
Right. Absolutely, Denise.
Okay.
Yep.
So, what do you mean chasing? I'm confused.
Trying to get them or whatever, like you wasn't you the teeny bopper or whatever. You ain't trying
Well,
to. Okay, if he ain't trying to be bothered with you, I ain't gonna be trying to chase you down.
Right.
so can I ask you a question? Okay, since we're talking about sex over 50, does women over 50 date younger men under
Yep,
50?
Yes.
yep,
Some do,
yep,
some do.
yep,
Some do.
Yeah,
yep.
some do.
Terry, that's why they call them
Mhm.
cougars.
What did Lord said? It's it's
You
companion
know
sex.
he had to come in with his 2 cents.
Well, I mean, but I just asked because I mean, when an older woman dates a young man, they make a big deal out of it. But when an older man dates a young woman, it's normal. I mean, it's like, well, I don't mean normal because I'm sure older women, I don't know, I've heard them in the background grumbling. I'm sure over at one of my friends' house right now, there's 3 women there commenting about it, but they're not saying anything because they're not on the show. They were on the show before. But I think that it's probably a problem,
But why is it?
because why is it? Because if you don't perform right, let's be honest. If you don't perform right the first time, it could be messed up. Hold on one second. Thanks for tuning in TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach. This is we definitely is out of bounds today. We out of bounds. We're gonna figure this. We're gonna figure this. I'm about to say shit. We're gonna figure this. We're gonna figure it out.
You just did.
Excuse me, young people that's watching, but I'm sure everybody's over 30. All I can say, except for my grandkids, they ain't watching, are
They're not even
they? They're in
here.
the streets. Okay.
They're with their
All I can
dad.
say is that so I'm gonna shut up and let y'all talk. Go ahead and tell me what y'all, Henry, tell
Yes.
them the truth about over. Tell them the truth. Tell them
Well, I'm gonna
what
tell
the
you.
herbs will do for you.
I'm gonna tell you about the black woman first. She gonna
Here
tell
we
you
go.
just like it is.
Like Ti
Like
is.
like Bernie Mac said, you can have a patch on your eye, and you doing it. She gonna say, "Ooh, you patch eye mother, you in there, you patch eye."
Jesus.
All right, Denise, go ahead.
I don't even know what Henry do. Henry, what are you talking about?
There
What?
you go.
What?
Keep playing.
And you're right. Black women are going to tell it just like it is.
Yeah.
You're
That
right.
is true.
They're going to
Either
say,
if it's good or bad, they're gonna
especially the
tell
older
you.
black women.
Right.
Hmm.
But Terry,
And that's okay.
you said something about being as a younger person, take care of your bodies, take care of your body and so forth. But man, most younger people, they ain't trying to hear that. You 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, bruh, you just trying to live life to the fullest in most cases. But you should take care of your body, man. You really should. Because you'll feel the after effects when you get in your 40s because it slows down, Man, you ought to hear my knees
Yeah.
cracking when I walk up the stairs. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough.
I say it all the time, and I'll say it again. What we used to do in a couple of minutes, now it takes me all day, and I ain't talking about it in a good way. So when you get older, you got to stay in shape. And I go to gym 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week. And I am no sexual tyrannosaurus. Well, maybe I am, because I am a T Rex, so I am a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Oh.
But anyway, no,
Anyway.
but no, I mean that's the key. I mean, because if we can slow down on our illnesses that come from being overweight or not working out, then yes, then we can still perform. I mean, and I agree with older women. Why should you have to date a younger woman? You can get your older woman. I think women, for me, I think women over 58 are sexy. They
Boy,
got a little bit of extra meat. That's something you just hold on to. And like
right,
Cat Williams said, keep you warm at night. So I don't see the problem. I don't see the
right.
problem. And a lot of brothers be thinking, oh, I'm 50, I'm 55. I go out and get a young woman. I ain't mad at him because I did it, but I'm saying it's not right for an older woman. It's not
right.
right for an older woman. You should treat older women a lot better, and God would treat you better. He make you healthy
But
and
I mean,
strong, and
but you should treat all of them, young and
that
old.
is
You should
correct.
treat them all like the queen that she is, man. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully she'll treat you as the king that you are. And if she don't, bro, it's time to throw her the deuces and keep on moving. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's true. And it's,
go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead, Denise.
I was just saying, he said, yeah, throw the deuce. And it's time to throw him the deuces and keep on moving.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
Smooth, okay, smooth operator.
Operator,
Well, we
operator.
all, as we age, our body is not the same. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so we shouldn't expect the opposite sex or your sex partner, I should say. I can't say opposite sex partner since they have all those different type of terms. But we should all understand that and understand that, especially men. If your woman had a couple of your babies and you feel like you got to move on because of that, then you just wrong. And I say that to be honest, you just wrong. You just wrong. Because there's somebody out there, I know about 4 or 5 of my good friends that'll swoop them right on up and keep
Oh,
on pushing.
one person's trash is another person's treasure.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. I just think that, and not that young women don't do it, but I think an older woman has a certain flair about herself that makes you feel when you talk to her. But the only thing I want to know from the ladies, in case you can chime in and just with your opinion, because you're going to be 50 here in 7 years.
Oh Lord.
What's the biggest turnoff being a mature woman and a guy, say you at a nightclub or at homecoming or something of that nature, and a guy comes up and talk to you. What is that man saying wrong? I'm not saying to make you have sex that night. What is a man saying wrong to keep you interested? That's what I would like to know. Over 50.
Yeah.
First of all, if you approach me, you're gonna have to be looking like something first to begin with. You can't come with me with no bad teeth or nothing like that. I'm gonna be looking at your mouth and stuff, and I'm gonna be looking at how you dress, and I'm gonna be looking at what you talk. You can't come me talking no smooth talk, like babe, what you gonna do tonight? Can we get and all this? And you don't even know me or nothing. You gonna come with me with a conversation, a grown person's conversation,
Yeah.
and be looking like something.
If I walked him did this to you, you be okay, Denise? Look at me, Denise. You be okay if I said?
Oh,
Oh baby, yes. No.
hey,
I was
hey,
just
You
being
know,
bad.
we
just
know who
keep it.
the we know
Just keep your body
we
language.
know who
Your body language. Watch your body
we
language.
know who the
Just
real
keep it.
Big Daddy is.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. And it is, and you are 100% correct. I still hear guys out there, even in their 60s, that are still trying to use young game, and you don't got it. You don't
Mm,
got it. You don't. I mean, let's just face it.
yeah.
If you told me I had to chase you, shit, I can barely walk up and down the stairs. You think I'm gonna run down behind you? No. So you have to understand. You have to understand limitations. So I don't know why cats. We see them. Me and Henry see them all the time. Especially some of them in our fraternity and some of them in other fraternities, because it's kind of, I hang out a lot of fraternity stuff, uh, Greek stuff, I should say. And sometimes when you get with your boys, you feel a little younger. I give you that, but you're not. You're not. So don't mistreat a woman because she's 55 or older. Don't mistreat her. Don't
Absolutely,
mistreat her.
absolutely.
Find out what you got to say, because I'm gonna let Keisha talk in a minute, because it looks like her lips about to bust.
No, I'm like Denise for the most part. When you're talking to me, I'm gonna turn my discernment on, and I'm gonna see whether you're trying to finesse me, for one thing, and like she said, great conversation. Please act like you have some type of intelligence
Right.
and not from the streets. Right. And so, I'm not saying that you can't be yourself, but there's levels of, I just think that it should be a good conversation with intelligence and with purpose.
Well,
Not just talking just to be talking like you're trying to run game, because I'm gonna figure that out.
that's
Let's be
one thing
real.
about mature
Let's
women.
be real.
Game ain't working, bro. They didn't. I ain't saying
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
they ain't working.
You can't teach old dog new
You-
tricks.
But,
and
but game
old and
recognize
old dogs
game
ain't
too.
learn.
Game recognize
Game.
game too.
I've heard that before.
You
Okay.
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Okay, hold on, Keith. Thanks for tuning in to TAAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with global reach. This is T Rex watching Out of Bounds, and the three ladies, they out of bounds. I'm just gonna say that. Because me and Henry, we on point, but them ladies out of bounds. But anyway, go ahead, young lady. What's your opinion of what's gonna happen to you in the
So
GP? Because
look,
remember,
so
I'm your daddy. GP.
I will be 100% honest with you all. I have dated older men, and I have found to me that the older men that I have dated have been immature and they wanted
Uh-huh.
to flex their accomplishments. And I just wasn't attracted to that. I don't know if it was because I was a little younger that they felt they had to compensate, but the older men that I have went out on dates with and had conversations, I just felt that they were immature.
You need to send me their phone number and I'll call them when I get to Memphis. Okay, never
Yes,
mind.
sir. Will do.
Um,
Will do.
I'm just playing.
I
I
will do
can't run.
that. But
If they stand still, I'm good. But if they move, it ain't happening. But that is true.
seriously, and I feel I don't know if it's that they're trying to hold on to that youth or whatever it is, but I feel like I wouldn't have been attracted. I would not have not went out on a date with them because of their age. I stopped talking to them because I just felt they were immature and they brought up all of their accomplishments. And I think when you get a certain age, you get comfortable with what you're used to doing, and I don't know. I
Well,
just feel like you can't always do that.
I agree
I
with you
agree with you. I
that's
100%.
what
don't. Go ahead, Henry.
I do too.
I said I agree with Keisha 100%.
Yeah.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm.
Yes.
Well, obviously, we are older, but just because you're older doesn't mean you should act young. I get a lot of criticism, and I say because I can fit a 38 waist pants, and I used to weigh 280 and was fitting in them pants, and they wasn't tight. Everybody, yeah, they wasn't tight either, dog. But anyway, I used to always get the old cats would be trying to get me to dress like them in them old, no disrespect to Steve Harvey, but them old Steve Harvey suits, the
Mm-hmm.
baggy pants and the long coat all the way to the. That's just not me. I mean, that's why it's not me. So my question is to the ladies is: do you appreciate a man that is dressing nice, or should he dress to be? When I say nice, I'm talking about uh, up to date, or should he be dressing as an older man? Should he dress like he's an older man to attract you?
I don't really think this is me. I really don't think that style has age. I think it's what you're comfortable with. And I think when you're
Okay.
comfortable with what you wear, it speaks out. It's from the inside out. So as long as you look good, you smell good, I'm fine. I mean, I'm not trying to see an older man with sagging pants or anything like that. But I don't feel that style has an age. So I'm attracted to a man in a suit. I'm attracted to a man in some gray sweatpants. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna tell my frat.
Ladies,
I'm gonna tell my
go ahead,
frat brother.
Henry.
I'm gonna tell my frat brother.
You got some gray sweatpants.
Ladies, how do y'all feel about that? Not
No,
the gray sweatpants.
I'm with Keith on that. Style has no age, but sometimes we do have to, as I know, especially as women, some things are inappropriate. And
Hmm.
if you're mature, you know that, and you're not going to wear those type of
Right.
outfits anyway. But like me, I'm older, but I have my own
Mhm.
style, but um and that caters to me and who I am. So it doesn't really have an age. It's just some things aren't appropriate or aren't age appropriate.
Mhm. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Denise. Denise got a thumb through her Rolex, so her Rolodex.
I agree.
You-
It's not. I just like a well dressed man. Um, just a nice dressed man. He could have on jeans and a wife beater if that's what he wants. As long as he looks good in it. Biker shorts. You know, in a sweat top or whatever.
well,
Just as
I
long as
would
he
ask
looks,
you a question because
nice.
Henry always bring this up. When I was at homecoming, what was the homecoming, Henry? Was that 17?
It
Henry be clowning me because I had on a
that
tank
was
top and some jeans.
2017. It was November. It was 32 degrees outside. This dude walk
It
up
was October, Henry.
with a wife beater T-shirt
I
on,
believe
and
it.
he walking around like the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? And I just looked at one brother. He said, "Man, he got it. If he can flex
But
it,
he
let
was
him
looking
flex it."
good in it though.
I sure appreciate it. I do a lot of work, but I'm just saying I got my own style. I don't care what what people say about me because I am who I am,
Right.
and
Right.
I don't have to like that. But I tell you one thing I do, and I understand it now even more is how not to disrespect a woman.
Exactly.
I think women are more important than what we act like they are. And I'm not saying this because my daughter's on the show. I'm saying this because it's true. It's men should not treat a woman like a hoe. I don't care if she's on the street selling it, you
That's
still should
right.
give her some respect.
Right.
You should still give a
Absolutely.
woman some respect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
Absolutely.
everybody's
Absolutely.
got a mother, a
That's
auntie, a
right.
grandma, a sister, and
100%.
everybody got a daughter. So you
That's
100%.
should
right.
always try to be respectful about that. I mean, I like rap music like everybody else, but some of it just a little bit too much for me. And they talk about hold this and hold that and get on your knees and all that. But I'm not saying that you can't do that, but if you're gonna do that, be swinging on a pole, making you some money. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that it's important that men understand, you know, that no matter what the age of the woman is, you should respect her and know what your
That's
age
right.
is.
100%.
And for
100%.
men over 50, if I could be so bold, respect a woman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her what your intentions are out front. If she doesn't like what you got to offer, then don't embellish because you know what? They see right through our lies.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that puppy's
Yeah.
10 inches long and they find out it's only 3.5,
But
so
Terry, a lot of men don't do that.
Mm-mm.
they
They
don't.
don't come straight out. They don't.
We talked about
They're
that
not
before.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not honest. They're not forthcoming, and it's just a lot of BS.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. And you know what? Frankly, I'm over it
Me and Vonna
personally.
have decided that. This is me and Vonna. We have decided. You give me 10, I'm gonna give you 10. You give me
Right.
3%, I'm
Right.
gonna give you
Mhm.
3%.
Right.
You give me 100,
No
I'm
more,
gonna give
no
you
less.
100%.
Mhm.
Other than
Right.
that, deuces.
Mhm.
I'm done giving more. I'm
I'm
done.
done.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
I think, you know, with my daughter here, I hope her man treats her good and respects her. If not, I'm gonna whoop his, you know what. But as long as he can stand
I'll
still.
get to him first, Terry.
Okay. But the whole thing I'm saying is that you should respect a woman at no matter
Mm-hmm.
what age she is, but especially if you are over 50, uh, be respectful. You don't know what this woman's been working her life. She might not have the
Mhm.
greatest body, but she may have the best personality.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Mhm.
me and Cat Williams' agreement, hey, fat meat ain't greasy. So it ain't no wrong with a big woman. Ain't nothing. There's nothing
Some
wrong with a
men
big
like big
woman.
women.
They
Uh,
Right.
Yeah.
They don't
Different
scream. They
strokes
don't
for
scream
different
talking
folks.
about, "Oh, you crushing me." Did you hear what I said? But okay. With that being said, I just think it's sex over 50. I want everybody to go around, and we'll go with you last, Keisha, so you can give us your future thoughts. Since Henry's
okay.
right above you, Henry, what do you think about sex over 50?
Man, it's just Keisha summed it up. It's it's uh it's a necessity, man. It's healthy. It's it's something that has to be done for both parties. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. And I do want to say one other thing, since we're going around uh, to my main man, Jason Aldean. Yeah, you picked the wrong town, my brother. You picked the wrong town.
Who's
Because
who's Jason O'Dean?
Gump, the Gump, the Gump didn't
Oh,
play. He's the one that said, "Don't try that in a small
Mhm.
town."
old time.
We
Oh yeah,
talked
you
about
talking about
that.
Montgomery? All right, I hear you. I hear you. All right,
Yeah.
Denise, you next to me at the top. What you think? What you got to say about sex over 50?
I just think we've all summed it up. It's great. Um, Just know your boundaries and know what you need to do, and treat each other with respect, and you respect him, he respects you, and it can be great. If you have problems, work it out, have a conversation. uh don't hold grudges or nothing like that. That's a lot of things too. You need to communicate. Make sure you communicate, and you know it's great.
Vonda?
Yeah, I'm with Denise. Communication is key because if you don't have that communication, you don't have anything. And if you have communication, um, hopefully that's based on trust,
Right.
more than anything. And I think that sex is great, and it's something that's natural. It's not something that is that shouldn't be done, but um I think it's good over 50 as long as you keep it in perspective, and like she said, know your boundaries, know what you're willing to do, and not be forced to do anything that you don't want to do. No means no.
I agree. That's sexual harassment. We talked about that last week.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Keisha?
Hey, look, I think sex is a beautiful thing. I hope it's like wine, it gets better with time.
Hmm.
I think it's a necessity to keep a relationship happy and healthy. I think it's a necessity to keep yourself healthy, um, keep you in a good mood, relieve stress. Over 50, I'm not that far. My boyfriend's older than me. He's definitely not far from 50. So I just think it's a necessity.
Okay. Well, I got two things to say. This is addressed to the women. Uh, if you don't like what the guy's saying, you don't have to be angry. And when a guy comes up to you and he is polite to you, you should respect him too. If you got a
Yes.
man or you're not interested in him, instead of saying, just say,
Mhm.
I'm not interested. You
That's
know,
right.
That's right. That
and
is
he
right.
might he's going to be persistent, but just tell him, please, I'm not interested, and keep it pushing. You know, and that goes the same way for a woman.
Mhm.
If the guy is very persistent, you should say the same. I'm not interested. There's nothing wrong with going out and you got a partner. There's nothing wrong if you're out with your girlfriends or your fellas and you got somebody at home that is your person. You don't have to sit there and explain everything in detail to that person trying to get your attention. Uh, First of all, it's at a club or some type of event. You think people go there? Well, some people do go there to have sex, but not. I don't think anybody on this show right here or in here listening on the thing with Laura on Instagram or anything that go with that thing. So I think that's the good thing about it. And please respect yourself. I mean, we was talking about dress. I'm not going to say you need to dress appropriate to your age. Dress appropriate to you. I mean, if you want your stuff hanging out, don't be mad if we looking. If, don't be what you looking at. All you, girl. All you. I'll tell you. I looked at that. So keep it real and keep it tucked in. For the fellas, just remember that everybody got somebody there now. You make $1, somebody got $2. So you don't have to embellish on your lies. Your car, yeah, it might impress some of them young women in the 20s, but I'm pretty sure once they hit their 40s, that crap don't impress them no more. So
They
unless
sure
you're going
don't.
into one of
It
those
does
youth
No.
club inventions with your perverted self, your car ain't that great.
I got
So
my
with
own
that
car.
being, that's what I'm
Right.
talking about.
That part.
Everybody's grown, and you
not.
should be grown, and you should see. And there's nothing wrong with dating older women. There's nothing wrong with dating older women. You know, they still sexy too. But with that being said, everybody, I appreciate you hanging out with us, Keisha. Ladies, it's always a pleasure. We'll
Keisha.
talk about it on Wednesday.
Thank y'all for
Hank,
having
Great.
me.
Big Henry,
Great to have
you
you.
know how it
Big
goes
Daddy.
between us. Look, she said Big Daddy. And everybody
Bye.
out there in TAN TV land, hey, thanks for tuning. Wait, hold. Next week on an hour before our show, what time that is. Keisha show be watching. Watch Keisha show. It's called Keeping It Cute with Keisha.
Mhm.
Her and her little not I can't say her and her little girlfriends. That's just wrong. Her and her young ladies be getting down. I watched it re-recorded. I don't know when we're gonna play it, but we're gonna play it pretty soon. Thanks for
I'm gonna
TAN
watch
TV for allowing me to help my daughter get her own show. And with that
Yay.
said, thanks for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. This is Out of Bounds with Big Money Hank, Vonda, Denise, and my she's the oldest child, Keisha.
The
Everybody have a
favorite.
good week. Be safe.
The favorites.
have a good